So I'm in Topaz Gigapixel 8 at the moment, and I'm just dragging in an image that was generated in Flux AI. And first of all, I'm going to take a quick look at the image size, which is 848 by 1264 pixels. That's pretty typical for that kind of output. So I'm going to go to the upscale factor here, and I'm going to actually choose a custom value of 3, just to show you how easy it is to give a custom upscale by typing in that box. You don't have to stick with the presets. I'm going to drag this around. Okay, what I'm going to do first is put it in side by side before and after view. So obviously the before is on the left, the after is on the right. And I'm going to choose my upscale model now. And for these kind of shots, these kind of photographic shots, even though it's not a real photo, but it's still kind of photographic and somewhat realistic, it's normally a toss-up between standard and high fidelity mode for me. So I'm going to click on the compare button, the A/B compare. And I'm going to go standard, high fidelity, and click compare. Now the screens are now switched, so it's not before and after, it's standard on the left hand side and high fidelity on the right. So I'm doing an A/B test between the two. I'm just looking at the details. I'm going to actually take all these sharpening settings off, all the settings off for them, just evaluating them. So I'm just looking for the key differences. I'm going to actually zoom in a bit here, just so I can see some of the details a bit closer. Now what I'm looking for is how it processes the fine details, things like eyelashes, flyaway hairs, and things like that. Don't worry if the hairs look a little bit crunchy and a little bit sort of artifacty on this image. It's because I've zoomed into a strange zoom percentage. They won't look like that on the 100%. But on this version, I'm getting the impression that I prefer the high fidelity V2. The necklace looks a bit more natural. Potentially looks sharper on the other one, but it doesn't look, it's losing the appearance of the chain, like the links in the chain. And also the around the eyes area, the actual eyelashes just seems slightly more well defined. And some of the skin texture and very tiny hint of blemishes are preserved more with high fidelity on this occasion. So I'm going to click that and click apply. So that's going to update our preview. And so now we're back to the before on the left and the after on the right. So what I'll do here is I'll go down to the model settings, and I'm going to increase the sharpening a little bit, but I would also just be careful not to go too far with the sharpening, because you don't want the image to go too crunchy or sort of crispy on the contrasting edges. I'm going to put it back to 100% magnification, so I'm looking at the pixels like 1:1 in terms of their scale. Just waiting for it to update the preview again. There we go. Now I am seeing some kind of there's quite a bit of compression on the original image. It was probably exported from Flux AI with not the maximum quality. So therefore on this I'm not gonna denoise anything, because there's not enough grain to worry about that. But I'm gonna just drag the fixed compression up to maybe 30 and just see if that, it takes a second to update, just see if that cleans up like around the eye area and makes it a bit more. Yeah, that's just helped to kind of clean up some of that clumpiness around the eye and make the little catchlight in the eye, the subtle catchlight, and some of the eyebrows, the eyelash detail just pop out a little bit more, and it's just helped around some of these edges. So I'll go back to the main preview now, and we can just have a quick look up and down the image and see how it's affected the rest, because you shouldn't just get caught up on looking too close at one area. And yeah, I'm liking the effect overall. Nice details, nice sharpness, and I think that is what I would go with for this image.